Here we are. We're going live. And we have kitties here today. We have kitties in the cave. Say hi, kitties. There's my Yodu baby. And there's your Momo. This is my roommate's cat, not my cat. He's a good boy. Yeah. And there's a Yodu. Say hi, Yodu. Want to say hi? Yeah. Yeah. Saying hi, baby. Say hi to the internet. Yeah. I love you, baby. And there's a Mo. He's your Mo. Mo's a silly boy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We just started the stream, but we got cats. We got cats. Kitty. And cat. And obviously, those are the very important bits of information that everybody needs to know, is that there's cats in the room. There are cats in the room. In the cave, I should say. Let me say that again. Cats in the cave. Now, I am here reading some Reddit stories. Last time I ended by going into no sleep, which does feel appropriate for the coloration and everything like that, but usually I start off just being on my homepage and going ahead and going off what's top. We've got Would I Be the A-Hole from 4 hours ago, but it's an Am I the Asshole post for blending my brother-in-law's $800 Freedom Note in the garbage disposal. This sounds like a pissing match. Mo, what you doing, bubby? You can't go behind the TV. I mean, I know you want to. I know you maybe you physically can, but you are not allowed to go behind the TV. I'm just going to show everybody what you're trying to get behind the TV. Yeah. Okay. Do you want out? I can let you out, kitty, if that's what you want. No? Okay. Back to boring old me. Looking up, looking right, looking good. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, bub. I'm sorry, bub. What's up, bubby? Mo. Here, I'll tilt this camera down. It's not very good. He is all black. It is dark. Here's a kitty right here. Here is kitty. Here's a kitty right here. Even though he is void. He is void. He's still a good boy. Yeah. Loving the kitties. Love having the kitties here. So let's go ahead. Let's try it out. Let's do some Am I the Asshole? Would I be the asshole for, okay, hypothetical situations only? Okay. But he's saying, am I the asshole for blending? I'm writing this from a hotel room because if I go home, I'm going to catch a felony. My husband's younger brother, 24 male, has been crashing on our couch. I would think that a brother is male. Has been crashing on our couch for a month. Oh, wait. I think Kitty might want to be out. Do you want to be let out, Mo? I do have a long microphone cord, so I can actually... Mona, you in here, baby? Well, obviously you're in here. Do you want out? The cats are free to go out if they want to go out. I'm not gonna trap cats. No? Okay. And the option is there. Encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. Hey, everybody who's not here, you should share the live and invite more friends. That's what you should do. I should share my live, honestly. Let's choose some people. Let's choose some people to share the live with. Who's online? Is anybody online? I guess no. Yeah, just share it. Share it with some famous YouTubers. Hey, Daniel Thrasher. Daniel Thrasher, you should totally come watch me read Am I the Asshole stories. That's what I should do. Yeah, I should share this with Daniel Thrasher or Al Yankovic. Absolutely. No, there's not really. It's not as easy as, say, just doing like repost as like on the tablet, on the device. You know, that's not a device. Well, it is a device, but you know. I was just hoping. No, there's not really. Reddit, Pinterest. No, it's not really anything easy to just like, hey, share it with like my subscribers or something. Weird. I don't know why it does that, but oh well. Fuck it. Let's do the thing. I'm writing this. Yes. Has been crashing on our couch for a month. He calls himself a digital sovereign, but he's really just unemployed and watches 12 hours of podcasts a day about how fiat currency is slavery and women shouldn't vote. I work in compliance for a fintech company, so financial tech company, not the crypto bro kind, the boring kind that deals with federal regulations and anti-money laundering laws. I have a dedicated secure line and a static IP address for my work server. It is incredibly strict. If my IP changes or traffic looks weird, I get locked out and security gets pinged. Fair. Makes perfect sense to me. Totally get it. I'm just going to get my little thing ready here. I can't show the brand because, I mean, they might get in trouble, I guess. Maybe I'd get in trouble. But I'm just gonna have a little vape. I am above 21 years old. Okay, TikTok? I am above 21 years old. Anyway. Honestly, I should probably just go off to the side. Wow. See, here's the downside of the lapel mic. One, it's like stuck right here. I could take it off, right? But two is I don't have a mute very easily. I would have to I have to like get the mouse, come over here and mute the microphone, as opposed to when I have it in my gaming headset. Then I can actually like, I just have a little button right there that I can mute to cough or eat or drink or whatever. But when it's the lapel mic, I don't really have that option, so I should probably do something like cover it and cough, but like, or I could just be responsible and not. Anyway, I gotta close my door. I gotta close my door. I'm doing TikTok in my closet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm doing it in my bedroom. So, 2 days ago, I was in the middle of a quarterly audit. I'm actually noticing that I want people scrolling by to be able to read. So, okay, that works. Okay, 2 days ago, I was in the middle of a quarterly audit. It's the busiest week of my year. I went to the kitchen to get coffee and saw my brother-in-law messing with the modem cabinet. He had unplugged my Ethernet switch and plugged in this flashing black box that looked like a cheap router. I asked him what the hell he was doing. He told me he was optimizing our network for censorship resistance and running a node for some new coin that rewards you for hosting decentralized traffic. He said he needed the bandwidth to earn passive yield while I did my fake email job. I told him to unplug it immediately. He laughed and said I was being emotional and didn't understand Web3 infrastructure. Then I got a message from him saying, I think you need to start opening your mind. And he attached this. I'm not going to click that link. I was like, what the fuck? I went back to my desk and my VPN had disconnected. When I tried to reconnect, my account was locked. 20 minutes later, my boss calls me. Then the chief compliance officer calls me. Apparently, the little black box my brother-in-law plugged in wasn't just mining crypto, it was routing traffic for a Tor exit node or something similar because our IP address just got flagged for accessing child exploitation material databases and dark web marketplaces. Oh my goodness. My company's automated security system flagged my home network as a high-risk threat vector. I had been placed on immediate unpaid administrative leave pending an internal investigation. I might lose my clearance. I might lose my job. The legal team is sending me a courier for my laptop tomorrow. Jesus. I walked out of the office, walked downstairs, ripped the black box out of the wall, threw it in the sink, and turned on the garbage disposal. It made a horrible crunching sound. He started screaming that I destroyed a $800 piece of hardware and his sovereignty. I told him to get the hell out of my house. My husband came home and tried to mediate. He said his brother was an idiot, but I shouldn't have destroyed his property, and I reacted violently in front of a guest. He wants me to pay the brother back for the device to keep the peace. I told him if he pays his brother a cent, I'm filing for divorce. Now I'm at the La Quinta eating vending machine crackers, and my husband is texting me that I'm being unreasonable and need to apologize for the hostility. Am I the asshole? I'm wondering, did you fully explain to your husband that you're like, oh, he said his brother's an idiot, but I shouldn't have destroyed his property? He literally just basically cost you your job. Pretty much. Just because he wanted to plug in a fucking Tor node. Oh, are you the asshole? No. 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 He did something very, very stupid. You literally told him, take it out. But here's the thing. You should have just unplugged it. I guess that's the thing, though. That's the problem, isn't it? Even if you take it out, and then, like, if you keep it, then, oh, you've stolen an $800 device. If you give it back to him, and then he just fucking does it again and just puts it back. So I'm like, I'm curious about this, but, like, I don't want to click a weird link online, so. Oof. All right. Let's see some comments. Not the asshole. Does husband realize his brother may have cost you your job? They're both idiots. Does your husband realize he now lives at an address flagged for felony activity? His brother is a dangerous idiot, and to be honest, I'd give hubby 24 hours to get his head out of his ass, kick out brother-in-law, and change the locks and passwords on everything. If he doesn't, he's not safe to associate with either. And you really need to file for divorce. Okay, Here's Reddit again being like, immediate divorce. Before you find out what other malware Captain Sovereign has or will expose you to. This is really bad. Also, he might have paid $800 for the spy box. It is not worth $800. He's an idiot. And I'd also be way more pissed that his deadbeat has $800 to give to scammers while he's sleeping on my couch. I would 200% call the police and report brother-in-law, get a police report, let them take apart your garbage disposal, and collect what is left of the evidence. See, that's the thing. Like, you destroyed it, so now it's not evidence. I would 200% call the police, 300% have your husband remove him from your home now, or ask the police to when they arrive to take the police report. Hi, thanks for stopping by. We're reading some Am I the Asshole? In addition to being an idiot, he just committed a criminal act on your work computer that could make you unemployable for a very long time. Exactly. Hey, as long as they stay for as long as they want. Reporting to the police and having a copy of the police report may be the only way to save your job and your home. Okay. Click back. So, we've already read that one. Maybe shouldn't have destroyed the freedom node, but only because then it could be used as evidence. Don't care about you. Ooh. I'm reading that. Am I the asshole for siding with my mom instead of my wife? Here's the thing. It's 19 hours ago, already 1.7 thousand comments and 2 awards. I don't even want to know what those awards are. I've heard a lot of Am I the Asshole posts, and I'm going to be honest, most, so not all, but most of the ones wherein the husband sides with his mother over his wife, he's the asshole and an idiot. I'm assuming here, though, this could be a lesbian couple, and they're siding. It's still though, it's one of those things where it's like, obviously there can be nuance. Obviously there can be different sides and views to things, but in the end, your wife is a relationship that you chose, and you should probably stand by your choices. You didn't choose your parents. Your parents could be whoever the fuck. You don't know. And for sure, you don't 100% know everybody that you're marrying necessarily, like 100%, but like, I don't know. Like I said, there's shades, there's nuance, but if we're gonna talk in a broad stroke generality, just going off of this, the no context, yes, you're the asshole. Yep, that's how it is. Yep. Let's read it. Let's find out. Let's see. My wife and I have a son who's about to turn 5. My parents, mostly my mom, have been providing us with free childcare since he was a few months old. That's awesome. My mom follows all our requests, no screens, no added sweeteners, and gives our son a level of care no amount of money could buy, and we couldn't afford even the inferior level anyway. Our son loves my parents. He loves my wife's parents too, but he sees them way less, and is always happy when I drop him off and when my wife picks him up. Okay, so the setup here is how you're like, first, right off the bat, she's been giving us free childcare since he was a few months old. Interesting. That's like first thing on your mind. And that she follows all the requests, gives care. Like, you're really glazing up your mom. And also like, oh, our son loves my parents. Like, loves my wife's parents too, but like loves my parents because like they're always around. Because he sees the other parents like way less, and he's always happy when I drop them off. Um, and when my wife picks him up, like just kind of thrown in there at the end. I don't know. Just so far, really doing a lot of like front loading on that. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Uh, I have an older brother that has issues. Okay, that word's doing a lot of work, and my parents have bailed him out several times in the past. A few years ago, he totaled the car they bought him, and they said they were done helping. It turns out they've been paying his rent for the last 2 years. Okay, I mean, my wife made a comment about how the squeaky wheel gets the grease and no one will ever wonder who their favorite is. That very well could be. My mom was mad and said she sends 40 plus hours, spends 40 plus hours a week on us, and she can do whatever she wants with her money, whether that be paying her son's rent, pissing on it, or setting it on fire. Definitely an extreme response. Okay. Okay. Like I said, when it comes to these things, obviously there can be nuance, and we're also only hearing it from one side right now, so you're going to try and spin it in a most positive way for you. Of course you are. So, older brother has issues. Parents like to bail him out. They totaled the car, said they were done helping, but then now they're paying rent. Kind of enabling behavior. Like I get it. I can get why that would be really annoying, and how. And then your wife being like a bit snarky about like, well, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. No one ever wonders who your favorite is. Um, like I can get why the mom would be mad, and she is right. She can do whatever she wants with her money. Um, my wife demanded an apology and said she didn't deserve to be spoken to like that. My mom apologized for being vulgar, but said the sentiment stands and she wants my wife to be quiet about her financial decisions. They went back and forth until my dad made my mom go upstairs. My wife seethed the whole way home. So, like, okay. Your wife demanded an apology. Your wife demanded an apology for saying that she spends 40 hours a week on us and can do whatever she wants with her money. So just apologize for being vulgar. Okay, personal opinion, I don't give a fuck if fucking fuck annoys the fuck out of you. It's just a word. I curse in general, just like in easy conversation. I say shit and fuck, and I don't generally say bitch. Um, but like, so when people are like, oh, don't speak to me with those kinds of words, it's like, yeah, don't, you're not policing my language. But like, if I'm being, if this was being unreasonable, it makes sense to be like, you should apologize to me for being unreasonable to me. But anyway, sentiment stands. All right, they went back and forth. Yeah. My wife wants to stop relying on my mom for childcare. She said her mom can do some babysitting and we can find a daycare until school starts in the fall. She said she couldn't trust our son with someone emotionally volatile. That, I don't know, just from how it's been described, I can only work with the information given to me. Um, that seems like an extreme response to can't trust your son with someone emotionally volatile. People just have emotions, honestly, and it kind of seems like you've been snarky and pushy. Your wife, I should say. Um, I told my wife she was the instigator and asked why she couldn't just ignore information about my brother. I said our son loves his grandparents and yanking them away from him right before he transitions to kindergarten might traumatize him. I don't know about that. I also reminded her we can't afford daycare. My wife said I'm unsupportive and siding with my family against her. I'm not trying to be unsupportive, just to give honest feedback. Should I just have said she was right even though I don't think she is? Oh, then you kind of ruin it. Like you've been saying, like I said, you're trying to spin it in a positive way, in a good way, and like so far, it's kind of like, I mean, if your wife wants to stop relying on your mom for childcare, that is her prerogative. She can do that. Like, she is one of the parents, and you need both parents to be in agreement about letting somebody else take care of your child. So if even one of them is like, I don't want this other person to take care of my child, regardless of who it is, then it's. If you had said you want to stop relying on your mom for childcare, you would have just stopped relying on your mom for childcare, wouldn't you? Um, and your reasoning is that you can't afford daycare, and maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But she did say that her mom can do some babysitting, um, which could help. And you're just being here like, why you couldn't just ignore information about your brother? And that's true. She doesn't necessarily have to make the snarky response. And the mom didn't have to be so emotionally volatile coming back. But like this whole like yanking them away from him right before he transitions to kindergarten might traumatize him. You're not gonna be yanking him away. You're still gonna see them. It's just now she can't. She's not gonna be like the only person taking care of him. I don't know. You know what? It's messy. Fucking life is messy. And you're trying to be like, should I have just said she was right? You could have. Is your wife in the habit of making comments like this? Because I'm wondering if maybe your wife is used to making comments like this, and this just kind of happened to be like a straw broke the camel's back, and your mom got pissed about it because she's like, we can spend money on whatever the fuck we want to spend it on, and we do like 40 plus hours a week on like helping with childcare. So like, can you fuck off? Like I get that. Um, so I mean, I don't like your tone, but I'm not gonna police it. I would say that your wife was incorrect in this, um, because of the whole like pushing about the squeaky wheel thing, and then demanding an apology for your mother having emotions because you've been pushing buttons, and then your wife is saying like, oh well, because she had emotions, we can't trust her. I think your wife is overreacting. I think your wife and you maybe need to like talk about why it matters that your parents are doing stuff with the older brother. Is it causing them to have financial issues, or are they fine? Because if they're fine, then I mean, fuck it. Let's see some comments. So we made it to r/all. Okay. Not the asshole. Your wife was rude to say that to your mom. It's your mom's money. It's also nobody else's business. I would be angered if she'd said that to me, and I don't get angry that easy. Plus, she continued to argue with the mom even after being called out and told to mind her business. The wife overstepped, and she was very antagonistic. And then she weaponized their child. She was in the wrong, but then she really went into asshole territory. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, Starting to judge OP for being married to her. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Reddit. Shut up. Okay. Ooh. Wait, I know what to do. I know what I can do. There we go. Just had to cough real quick. Just Just a ahoo. Just had to a cough a little ahoo real quick. I think I'm gonna go with one more. Am I the asshole? And then I'm gonna go check out No Sleep and do a story from there. And then that'll probably be it for tonight. Because I'm just this is the hour Reddit hour. I only go for about an hour, and we're halfway through. So yep, I'm gonna do this story. The Am I the Asshole for not giving my parents the master bedroom in my house? Right away, I'm gonna say no. Ah, they have been given not the asshole. And this is from 18 hours ago. Okay, so that was done fast. Um, but yeah, I was definitely right off the bat going like, no, you're not the asshole. And they say not the asshole. So here we go. Hi all, first time posting. My parents and younger brother are about to move into my house, 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, and I'm having a bit of a dilemma. I offered for my family to move in with us while their house is getting built after the sale of their current home. We live in a rental crisis, and when a rental is secured, it can be really expensive. I'm super close with my parents, and without thinking, of course, I offered for them to live with me for the 1.5 years it'll take to build. Like, of course. Totally get it. Currently living in my home is myself, my husband, and our newborn. My husband is only home 1 week of the month as he works away. It was loosely agreed that my parents and brother would take the back 2 rooms, which have a bathroom, walk-in shower and bath, and toilet between the rooms, and set up their sofa and TV in the activity area next to the room so they would have one wing of the house, and my husband, daughter, and I the other side of the house. My daughter currently stays in our room, but will eventually move to the back of the house near my parents next to the activity area. We have a 1-story house, so it's like ranch style. My mother has been making comments to the effect of, I think your dad and I should be getting the master bedroom in a casual, non serious way, which has bothered my husband, who says they're not getting our room. She's also made a comment that they'll hear the baby crying during the night, so she thinks I should be at the back room closer to her. To be honest, there's not much distance between the master and my daughter's future room and the back rooms. Also, that the TV in the activity area will keep the baby awake when she moves into her own room, so she should stay in the theater room next to the master. Now I found out that my mother has been making comments to my other brother that it's disrespectful that I haven't offered her and my dad the master bedroom that has an ensuite because she's going to be paying half the mortgage. This had not been agreed. An amount they would pay us monthly was agreed, but it's nowhere near half the mortgage. It's enough to cover bills. So my question is, am I the asshole for remaining in the master bedroom and not giving it to my parents? Um, so I was right, not the asshole. Um, it's one of those weird things where your parents still think you're a kid, and therefore, like, they have the weird hierarchy thing. I don't know. Fucking neurotypicals are weird. They think they're above you, and therefore, you're supposed to just give them the upper position or whatever, the master bedroom, primary bedroom, the big room, they get the big room because they're the oldest. Um, I don't subscribe to that. Um, if you feel out of the goodness of your heart that you want to give the master bedroom to your parents, that's something completely different because that is consensual. You are like, I love you, and take this big room that's mine. Come in. That's different. But if they're just assuming that they're gonna get to come in and be like, and starting to be like, it's weird that they haven't like offered it to us, cause like that's just how it's supposed to be. Is the attitude. Um, yeah, especially when they're like, they're gonna be paying half the mortgage. No, they're not. They're paying some bills, and it's just like a monthly amount, not necessarily nowhere near half the mortgage, enough to cover bills. I'm not seeing it said that they will be paying mortgage. So that means that they are not getting any kind of like, they're not putting any money into the property itself so that they don't have a claim on the property. Hey, that reader. Thanks for stopping by again. So my question is now. There's those. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole, because I'm like, no, you're not the asshole. I may be the asshole because I've been brought up to respect my parents. They've also done a lot for me over the years. Made sure I'm okay financially, making sure I had a roof over my head, helping me with renovations. Also means 3 people will be sharing a bathroom, and my husband is only home 1 week of the month, and I have an ensuite all to myself. If I gave my parents the master, it means they'd share, and my brother and I would share. And that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about the fucking bathroom and having to share with an extra person. That's really what it's about, isn't it? My goodness. Um, so let's see some. Not the asshole, but if this is how things are before they even moved in, I think you should consider rescinding your invitation. A year and a half is a very long time and may even wreck your marriage. Absolutely. In addition, OP hasn't addressed household duties and maintenance. Who's paying for food and doing the cooking, division of yard work, or if the parents will be covered by her home and auto insurance. OP, tell them that after reflection, you've realized that this will not work. Tell them they will be happier in their own place. Wish them well. Maybe. Right. When my parents moved in, we discussed everything: chores, cooking, food, money, childcare. It was all agreed who would do what, when, and how it would work. We revisit the agreement yearly, everyone sitting down and discussing. It's the only way to make it work. A full-on roommate agreement. If you can't sit down and agree to these basic things, it'll never work. And if she's already being passive aggressive about the room, it'll definitely never work. When I was young and living on my own, anytime my parents came to visit, they found ways to help me. My dad would fix anything broken, loose boards, wobbly doorknobs, etc. My mom would scrub baseboards and banish any soap scum she could find to the fiery pits of Hades. They would do all this while I was still asleep at 7 a.m. It blows my mind, and it just makes me so sad when I read about entitled parents like this who think they're above their children, like their kids owe them something. Now I'm in my 40s and my parents are in their 70s, the roles are reversed, and anytime my husband and I are at my parents' home, they have a list of things they need help with. Putting heavy things away in the attic, dusting high shelves so they don't climb on ladders, fixing electronic things they don't understand. But they don't expect us to do these things any more than I expected them to help me in my home. We help each other because we love and respect each other. That's what family is supposed to be. And I guess people kind of like mix it up, or they kind of put the cart before the horse, where they're like, we are family, therefore you do these things for me. It's like, yeah, but like, I love you because we're family, and because I love you, I'm willing to do these things for you because we love and respect each other. Not just, well, I am parent, we are family, you do this task for me. Like, okay, so not the asshole. That was the last one that we were looking at here. So let's just go ahead and go to no sleep. No sleep. We'll do a story from No Sleep. Let's go with post. This is relevance. Ooh, okay. 9 years ago. Wow, 2.4 votes. 293. This one's 4 months ago. I, 16 male, read a story on No Sleep 8 months ago, and I think it fucked me up. Maybe. maybe. Some amazing no sleep stories with a short summary for your reading convenience. Interesting. So like a short story mix. 10 years ago. Interesting. And then 8 months, some alternatives to our no sleep. The whole Slenderman attempted murder thing. Interesting. Didn't know anything about that. Didn't know anything about some Slenderman attempted murder thing. So. Oh, I see. This was on r/mental health. Oof. Oof. I mean, I gotta read it, right? It was on r/mental health. I mean, I gotta read it. Okay, here we go. This is from 4 months ago, posted on r/mental health. I, 16 male, read a story on r/no sleep 8 months ago, and I think it fucked me up. By Sap Robboy 235678. I won't tell you the whole story, but there's a part in the story where the main character runs home while seeing people get ripped by monsters on the street, and then watching his younger brother, older sister, and parents get ripped apart by more monsters in his home. It went really into detail on how they died, and even 8 months later, I physically can't forget it. I thought it would go away eventually, but literally nothing is working. Since I'm 16, I'm supposed to be focusing on schoolwork and whatnot, so I had to get this off my chest. And I don't even think this is the worst thing I've read online. I think I read worser stuff and forgot about it in a few days, so I have no idea what happened here. Edit. Holy shit, guys, thank you so much for making this most popular post so far. I never expected this to blow up this much. If you, for some reason, want to read what I read, I posted the link in a reply update. Here's the link. r/no sleep. If a description is scarring you like that, definitely don't watch any slashers. I always hated horror movies since I was a kid. That's why I started reading horror stories so I could show people in school that I can expose myself to these things and be okay. And now I regret everything. You don't have to prove to anyone that you can read horror. If you're aware that it affects you a lot, then it's probably best to just not do it. Exactly. Oh my god, you don't have to torture yourself. You don't have to torture yourself. You don't have to torture yourself. Okay. I'll try this one. From 9 years ago on r/no sleep. I'm in a small dark room, approximately 10 square feet. There are no doors or windows. Okay. Most immersive 2017. Interesting. Okay. I have not. I don't recognize this. I haven't seen this anywhere. There's probably, like, I don't know, some YouTuber that's read this, but now I'm going to read it. Real quick, I'm just going to lean over here and I don't think it was a blinker one. Oh boy. Oh my. Oh yeah. That's good. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Anyway, I don't know. I just don't like muting it for some reason. I'm sure you can hear me just fine. Just fine. Anyway, I don't use Reddit, and I don't even know what r/no sleep is. I'm here because I've been told to be here. I'm writing this because I've been told to write this. I'm going to do what I've been told. Oh, right, this is written by A10, A10, A10. I've been asked to first explain my situation. I'm in a small, dark room, approximately 10 square feet. There are no doors or windows. I don't know how I got here, or how it's even possible. There is no way out. I looked thoroughly. The last thing I remember is taking a sip of a drink at a bar. I'm told not to be any more specific than that, so I won't be. I woke in here about 30 minutes ago. It was almost pitch black. First thing I did was feel around the room to check my surroundings. There's bread and water, enough to last a couple days. There's a bucket, you can guess what it's for. And there's a working charging cable for my smartphone coming from the wall. Finding that cable had reminded me to check for my cell phone. I still had it. No service though. My phone did say that there was a Wi-Fi connection available. I clicked on it and saw that the network name was Reddit. I tried to connect, but it asked for a password. Made a few guesses, but none of them worked. For about 10 minutes after that, I sat on the floor thinking, where was I? Why was I here? Would I be left to die? If someone wanted me dead, why put me through this? Why not just kill me? Why have they allowed me to charge my phone? That seemed the strangest question of them all. I used the flashlight function on my smartphone to take a clearer look around the room. Saw a small scribble of letters in the far corner. I approached it and shined the light right on it. R/no sleep, it said. It was carved into the wall. I pulled out my phone, connected to Reddit, and entered r/no sleep as the password. Success. I was connected. My hope died shortly after when I realized that I couldn't connect to any web pages. I tried Google, Yahoo, Facebook, and about 30 other websites. None of my apps could connect. Nothing. It didn't say no internet connection, but instead said domain forbidden. I was about to give up when I remembered the name of the Wi-Fi domain, Reddit. I've never really used Reddit before. I know very little of the site other than it's some sort of chat forum. But I had heard of it. My daughter would sometimes talk about it. I heard that on Reddit, she would sometimes say. I gave it a try. I typed in reddit.com. Unfortunately, even that didn't work. It still said domain forbidden. I tried other variations. Reddit.org, Reddit.gov, none of them worked. Then I tried variations of the password they gave me. r/nosleep, nosleep.com. Again, domain forbidden. I probably messed around for almost 20 minutes before I finally connected reddit.com r/nosleep. That worked. Finally. This page, right here, that I'm typing on right now, seems to be the only URL that isn't forbidden. I can't really make sense of this no sleep place. As far as I can tell, it's people sharing scary and supernatural experiences. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing here. Was I supposed to write one of these stories about what's happening to me? I clicked submit your story, but it took me to a login screen. I tried clicking register, but it took me to the forbidden domain screen. I tried Reddit as a username, no sleep as a password. Nope. What was I supposed to do this time? I used the flashlight function again and searched even more thoroughly through the small room. Looked at the sides of the bucket, at the bread packages, at the water bottles. There wasn't any additional information. Just as I turned the flashlight off, I thought I saw something. A black mark on my arm. I turned the light back on and saw the letters and numbers A10, A10, A10 written on my right arm with a Sharpie. On my left arm were 7 random letters. I have been told not to share what they are. I went to the login page and entered A10, A10, A10 as the username and entered the 7-letter password. And here I am, logged into the No Sleep subreddit. I noticed an orange envelope shape beside my username. I clicked it. It was a message from a person with the username Your Fate in the Balance. The topic was r/no sleep. I'll paste the message below. We're here reading this and we're adding a screenshot of our message. Right? Is this okay? So this is not. Do I need to click on this? Imager, is it going to be there? Requested page cannot be found. Oh, okay. Hello. Welcome to Reddit. It's the front page of the internet, you know. You're probably wondering, who are we? Why are we doing this to you? The answer to those questions are that we are many, and we're doing this because we enjoy it. You have a chance to get out of this alive. We promise you do. But there are some ground rules you must follow. 1. You will share this experience on No Sleep. Tell the truth. Be honest and unemotional. We repeat, unemotional. We will edit your post to add a screen cap of this message. 2. No personal information will be disclosed. Your name, city, the bar you are at, etc. 3. Do not change your Reddit password or share it. We will know if you do, and there will be repercussions. 4. Don't beg for your life. We find that boring. 5. People will comment on your submission. One of those comments will be from us. You'll know it when you read it, but nobody else will. Reply to just that comment, asking for further instructions. The most difficult part of these rules was the be unemotional rule. It was excruciating writing in a calm and collective tone when I really feel so vastly different. So whoever you are out there, I've done my part. I've shared my experience, and I'm about to submit. I'm not sure if many people will comment on this, but if they're there, I'll be looking through them, looking for my hint. I know I'm not supposed to beg for my life, so I won't. I'm supposed to remain unemotional, but I'd just like to let you know that I'd like to get out of here. I'll do whatever you ask. I will play this game. Edit. Rules have been broken. Have we not been abundantly clear? We've edited it out, and there will be repercussions. Oh, yes, there will be repercussions. Trying to find a comment with the instructions near to damn impossible. Tap the walls, OP. Listen for an echo. Alternatively, urinate around the bottom of the walls. See if it drains away. Yeah, OP, just piss everywhere. Yeah, OP, just piss everywhere. Just piss. Oh my goodness. People being like, I think you should look for more clues, information, or patterns in your room. Obviously, a lot of thought and preparation went into this, so there's a good chance that more undiscovered information is available for you. You should count everything. Make note of brands, colors, shapes, anything that looks like it's been recently changed. And if you are allowed, post that information. I'll help brainstorm. Also, I think this is obvious. Don't go to sleep. Good luck. The answer is inside you. You know what to do. Is this room on Easy Street? You bastard. I know, damn it. I have dishonored the ancestors. Sounds like you might get to join Harambe soon. Jesus Christ. Okay, Harambe. Wow. 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 Timely. Wow. Harambe. It was timely for the time. 9 years ago. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Okay, I need to remember not to sing songs when I'm live. That is bad. Here's part two. Part two. We're back. It's now a day later. I've been here for more than 24 hours. More than half the bread left here for me has already been eaten, and more than half the water's been drunk. It stinks something foul in here. You can probably guess why. But I also started noticing a sulfur-like smell that seemed to be leaking in from somewhere. It was torturous sitting in here in the dark. I had nothing to distract me. The internet was blocked. My only escape was reading other no-sleep stories. Sitting in a dark room, possibly waiting for your death, is not the best time to read these stories. It made my imagination run wild. It was also excruciating reading the comment section of my story. So few people took the situation seriously. If only you knew my frustration. The most popular comment to my story was about combining 2 half loaves of bread into one so to create a hole to escape from. Imagine sitting in the pitch black after shitting in a bucket and having to read that comment. But I eventually found the comment I was looking for. I couldn't make it clear in the comment section of the other thread because it was against the rules, but I can explain it now. One of the comments in the previous thread was written by the username DaisyDove. That is the name that my daughter uses for many things. Her email account, her Xbox gamer tag, her Snapchat username. I'm not sure if they created a new account for her or if she already had a DaisyDove post history on Reddit. If I click on her username, it says, as always, domain forbidden. I'm dying inside, but this story is supposed to remain unemotional as per the instructions. I'm trying my best to follow the rules. Sorry, I'm getting yawny. Getting close to my bedtime. Yeah, I know. It wouldn't be too difficult for them to find out her username and create a fake account to trick me. That's what I tried to convince myself. I responded to the DaisyDove comment on my story. They told me to look for a new private message. I found it and opened it. It was a picture of my 14-year-old daughter. She was standing in front of the front door of her house. Does this mean they've taken her? Or that they could take her? I hope it doesn't break the rules to say this, and I'll write it. Oh, sorry, I had to yawn. I'll write it as calmly as possible, but it was the most difficult hour or so of my life. Sitting in the dark, looking at that picture, there was a message attached to it. Maybe now you'll try harder to follow the rules. I also eventually received a message from Your Fate in the Balance with further instruction. We've edited in the screenshot again. Well, good evening, A10A10A10. I hope you're having a comfortable stay. I see your first story had quite the reaction. What is it, at over 1,500 upvotes at the moment? Almost 300 comments. Well done. Somebody with us has a message for you. We'll let her come and type it out herself. Dad, please just do what they say. They'll let us live. I know they will. Aw, that sure was nice, wasn't it? Was that really her typing those words, or just us pretending? Hard to know, isn't it? I guess you'll just have to take our word for it. She looked so peaceful as she sat here typing it out. Would be a shame if something bad were to happen to her. You know, like if certain rules weren't followed. Speaking of broken rules, somebody was a bad boy on his first no-sleep story. We caught your emotional plea the moment you submitted it. It angered us. It angered us greatly. Repercussions were promised, and they will be arriving shortly. In the meantime, you can start writing part 2 to your story. Same rules as before, but do not submit your new story until notified. And if you're getting bored, here's some reading for you. Wikipedia article on sulfur mustard physiological effects. Wow. It ended with a Wikipedia link to sulfur mustard, the only Wikipedia page I can access, a poisonous gas, infamous for its uses in World War I. That explains the smell I noticed leaking in. I looked through the wiki page and noticed a few things about the gas. It often takes up to 24 to 48 hours for effects to begin. I also looked at the specific symptoms to see just what exactly I was in for. It's one of the most excruciating deaths imaginable. Your exposed skin burns and blisters full of a disgusting yellow fluid. There will be vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain. Eyes become inflamed and burn, eventually leaking blood. Nose leaking blood as well. Everything leaking blood. Even as I type this, I notice the beginnings of blistering. I'm going to follow the rules and write this as unemotionally as I can, but it's already indescribably excruciating. I've noticed a slight fever, stinging eyes, and am already partially short on breath. The good news is that I think they were just giving me a taste. They are no longer filling the room with gas. But more than ever, they have my attention. You hear that? You have my undivided attention. No more rules will be broken. Just tell me what I have to do to make this stop. I am finished for now. I am waiting in agony for my notification telling me to submit. Okay, it's been 3 hours. My blistering has gotten drastically worse. Go ahead and look at pictures on the internet of mustard gas blisters. The ones on my arm are getting bigger, and they're starting on my left leg and my neck. I've received another message. It's from your fate in the balance again. I've been told to post the message and then respond with just the one word. Another screenshot. So how is your afternoon going? It might smell a little like burnt mustard in there. Sorry about that. But I assume you're doing okay for now. I believe we've given you a little idea of what you're in for, what your last moments of life will be like, if that's the choice that you make. But things could end up pretty badly for your daughter as well, you know. We're going to be honest with you. Honesty is the best policy, right? Either she walks free, or you do. That is your choice. So who do we let go? You will end this post with one word and one word only. Who leaves? Me or her? We look forward to seeing your answer, and even more so, we're looking forward to ending our little game. That's the best part. Her. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Hey. Hey, thanks for stopping by. No, go. Oh, I clicked on a thing. It needs to go away. Okay. Just me clicking on stuff. Just clicking on stuff. Here's the thing. I've already been going for an hour. And honestly, kind of tired. And I know that there's a part 3, but I'm going to be honest. That's a good way to end it. I'll be real. Um, OP, are you still alive? It's been over 24 hours. OP, I highly suggest starving, dehydrating yourself to death, as it would probably be a lot less pain than a death by mustard gas. I'm saying this as you have chosen to save your daughter. Very brave of you. By the way, this is not them. It is an actual dude. Wish you the bestest of luck. Oh man, no sleep is so funny because like I get that the whole conceit is that you're pretending that the what's happening is real, and so you're supposed to respond in the comments like it's real. But you have stuff like this where it's like, I'm sealed in a box and it's getting filled with mustard gas and they have my daughter, and it's people being like, yo, you still alive? Fuck those guys. I don't know, it's not quite it, fam. But I'm gonna be real. I am pretty done. Gone for an hour. I think we're okay here. I don't know why this is suggested for me. I don't care about that. But I think we're pretty good here. Um, I know nobody really said anything. Nobody really stayed for very long. But I went live. I was on. I was talking. Um, no sleep was pretty fun. We gotta find some other like story based Reddit things. But for all the people who did stop by, even for a moment, thank you. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and call it at an hour. End the live. End live now? Yes, end the live.